boys, I think we should start a podcast.
Yeah!
Yeah!
This is episode 1. We did it. We actually got
We're-
through. We're ahead of 90% of podcasts right now.
Let's go.
We're ahead
it's
of-
because there's only
There's only one of
it's
us.
because there's only three. There's only 3 white men instead of 4. That's why we're able to
Oh,
schedule
thank
it.
God there's only 3 white men.
Oh.
We need more of those. More white
We
men
need
on
more.
television. Please, please, please.
Well, you forget that we have our favorite white boy here,
Joey
Brzezowski.
Brzezowski. That's right.
Do you want? Oh, also, should we say last names?
I don't mind.
Or should we just keep that out of it?
I have a
Okay.
feeling we're not gonna say anything incriminating. So I think full names are okay. I don't think
Now.
I haven't done any.
I'm not-
Don't rub your hands like that. That's
You see that
crazy.
devious
That's
look on him.
crazy.
I'm just saying, if anyone's gonna do
So-
something illegal, it's probably me.
I just realized we haven't really done intros. I don't think we need to do too much intros because let's be real, the only people listening to this are maybe our girlfriends at most. So
Real.
Yeah,
true.
mine said she's not listening to it.
I don't blame her.
It's
bro.
over.
I don't blame
It's
her.
over. I don't blame her though.
So-
No, that's
Yeah.
fair.
Like we said earlier, that's our favorite white boy, Joey Brzezowski. Let's go.
This guy, in the
yeah.
middle, he's on every single wanted poster.
Every single wanted
500
poster.
berries.
500 billion berries.
Only 500, dude. What did I even do?
You touched
Public
a lot of
intoxication.
people. Oh, yeah,
Yes.
public intoxication.
I might have some government merchandise at my house, which I
Yes.
cannot disclose.
So that,
But-
yes, that is true. That is Aiden Tennis. He is a thief.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
wanted man. I'm Emmett
I'm
Williams.
a tradie.
He's a tradie. He lives in his mom's basement. Yeah, I'm Emmett Williams. I'm jobless. Let's keep it up.
Yeah.
Let's keep working. Keep working on that grind.
Check
Yeah.
out the YouTube.
Check out the YouTube, Whelms Media. Check that shit out. Goes crazy. Yeah, so that's intros done. That's one, guys. Mark that off. Go to the
That's
Guys,
crazy.
we're going. We are naturals at this.
We are. This
That's
is
all we need.
failing. Episode 1 is negative reviews.
We are already below everything, but I think this was perfect. We went through the tier lists here. At the top, we've got public intoxication. At the
What?
middle, we have jobless, and at number 3, we've got favorite white boy.
Favorite
Joey.
white boy. I think yeah, we kind of
This is a
hit.
great tier list.
They're like, you ever seen that poster? It's like, which one are you? Are you pirate, cowboy, or samurai? I think we. That's
think we
what-
got the
we're the
perfect
trifecta.
split.
We're the trifecta. We're all somewhere in the middle.
Joey's obviously
Samurai.
samurai.
Joey's obviously.
Emmett,
samurai.
I feel like
Yeah.
you were pirate, but I think you
That's-
might
I
have
shifted.
migrated to cowboy.
I'm halfway there. I think I'm closer
Yeah,
to the
that's
middle.
true.
You're halfway there, and I feel like
I think you're pretty full
personally-
pirate. I think you're pretty.
I'm
full
pretty.
pirate.
I'm pirate pilled.
I
I'm
literally
pirate
watched this guy steal live in public like 20 times every time we hang
I-
out.
Yeah, yeah.
I ripped the
No
sign with my
Kinder Egg.
bare hands.
Yes, you did. No Kinder Egg in Walmart is safe from this man.
What,
No way.
which story are you talking about? I don't remember the
Nothing.
Kinder.
There's no story. It's just for some reason
There's no.
kids when they steal things, it's always a Kinder Egg from the Walmart line.
Hey, editor, cut that shit
That's
out. That's
true.
boring.
Editor, cut that.
I'm
shit.
the editor. What are you talking about?
Editor.
What are you talking about? We literally pay an editor.
I'm not getting paid for this. No, I am jobless. I'm so jobless.
You're not
I
our
can't even
editor. We
convince my
literally
friend
have
about it.
Craig. We have
Yeah, Craig.
Craig.
Craig,
You're
yeah,
like
that's right.
literally
Editor Craig.
disproving him.
Oh,
Dude, episode 1, 3 white guys, one of them jobless. We obviously can pay an
we
editor, and
obviously
his
can
name's
pay an
Craig.
editor because we're 3
Yeah.
white guys. That's how it works.
Because we're 3 white guys, we have a natural advantage in society.
True. Now let's use that advantage to
No,
do
we-
a podcast.
We
that's
should
not
stop
good.
Where did he
dilly
go?
dallying.
I don't know.
Go!
I'm fucking gone. What happened?
For the audio
Did your
listeners out
battery
there,
die?
That's impossible.
for the
It's
audio
plugged
listeners
in.
out there, Emmett Williams has all of a sudden been hit with the darkness.
No
Sun-
signal.
No
Check if cables
signal.
are properly secured.
What happened, guys? I
He
disappeared.
clapped a little too hard and jiggled the cords.
He
loose.
has been currently hit with the Nocturne alt and the Curse of Sand, it appears.
Okay, so it's
Just for
saying
the audio
battery
listeners.
exhausted, which is wild because I just started recording. So that's
I can't
fun.
wait
We
for
said
this.
this was a possibility. and
It's
you
not
said
a possibility. It
nah.
was charging all day. I promise you. I literally have been excited
So-
and looking forward to this.
Shows up late, uncharged
I did not show up
equipment.
late. I literally did not show up late. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it 5 minutes and then I'm going to turn it back on. So the reason that happened is simply because this camera was being mean to me and there's no other reason for it.
Now,
Right, so it's
That's all I
all
gotta
Emmett's
say.
fault.
It's all my fault. Yeah.
well, Emmett's currently hit with the curse of darkness and
The curse of
blindness.
darkness.
We should actually get into some topics while, I don't know, waiting for him to figure his battery stuff out. What do you think,
Right,
Mr.
yeah.
Kennis?
I think that could be a good idea. Maybe talk about some we could set some expectations like this. Perfect example here. We are unprepared as shit. This
Oh,
is my
absolutely.
first serious attempt into anything film related. I've tried I've done some high school stuff. Ricky and Friends, check it out.
Don't talk.
You
about
can't.
Breaking
Do-
Bad.
You
do
can't-
not
you
check
can't
it
check
out.
Am I allowed to
You can't-
speak
you
while
can't.
I'm in the void? Can I speak while I'm
Yeah,
in the void?
yeah, you can
Okay.
speak.
Do
Oh,
not
you're-
look up
you're
Rizzy
staying
and Friend.
in
Do
the
not
void.
do that. That's actually the worst experience.
Don't check it out. It was awful. But that's all I really have in this kind of background. So I'm really excited to dive into this. But we're just gonna be figuring it out along the way. Honestly, that's the expectations I'm listening. We're gonna be figuring it out together.
Real and true.
Absolutely.
Real
No,
and
that's
true.
the full expectation is just that we, the three of us, have no idea what we are doing, but we're going to make a podcast and prove that it is the most low effort content that you can provide to the internet and get famous off of.
I
We
think-
are not here to turn a profit. We are here to put money directly back into this thing and just make it a big circle.
Mr. Beast.
That's
does
its
that.
point.
Mr.
No, we are
Beast
not
does
like
that.
Mr. Beast. We are not affiliated.
I'm affiliated
I'm
with Mr. Beast. Beast
I would
Games.
like Mr. Beast on the podcast.
Not Markiplier,
I wanna
Ninja,
be clear.
Fortnite, Mr. Beast.
We want them all.
That's the end goal. But to get there, we need listeners.
Tell your mom, tell your
And, yeah.
grandma, tell your wife. Go listen to podcast. Let's get rolling here. The real reason I think we want to start this podcast is because within the last month, we've just kind of been doing goofy shit. We kind of just been
True.
we've been making some lore. We've been doing some silly stuff. Recently we went to Blue Mountain as a snowboard and ski trip. Joey and I snowboard. Aiden skis because he's dumb and stupid. Don't
Yard
spit
sale.
Yeah, he sat every time we went on the ski lift. He didn't bring any poles so that he could sit in the middle and that he had his own poles when Joey and I sat next to him. He was
That's
skiing
true.
on the hill and off, buddy.
So both getting up there and coming back from that trip was a journey and a half with snow. It's a great thing for snowboarding and skiing for snow. But when you have to drive almost 2.5 hours to get to somewhere, I don't know if you know this, but snow is difficult to get through, especially when you're following behind plow trucks. But you're well liquidated on the trip as well. You are drinking beverages of sorts. They call him the beverage. But you gotta piss. That's the problem with 3 hours, and we're on back roads. So where do you piss? Mr. Kennis, take it away.
Don't
crazy.
transition like that. Don't
That's
transition like
crazy.
That.
Get your hands
not how
off.
you-
Get your hands
yeah, that is not how you
untogether.
transition
Get
out.
your hands
This is-
untogether. I was floored. You know what? There was a moment there. I was like, "Wow, Joey's got this." I'm like, "He might have this." And then you both sit like that. It was crazy.
And then you both just
That
like
was.
that.
I was
Don't-
just
don't
so
hit it up.
impressed.
A
I was so
podcast is
impressed.
supposed to be like a conversation, you know?
Yeah, I
Don't
was
bullshit like Mr. Kennis.
No,
I
no, no, no,
was-
no.
yeah, I
I
agree.
want you to take it away. This is an important moment.
It
I
is.
I could do the podcast voice and I could do great at it, but I want you to take it away
He's-
here.
he's
And I
right,
want
though.
specifically you to take it away. You are the only one with the honor to say
The
this
honor.
next sentence. You were
Wow.
the first. You were the first.
No, it's not the
I was
first.
the
The first
first.
and only. The first and only.
The first and only.
First and only. Yeah, I've been skiing for a couple of years now, and I go up to Blue whenever there's good conditions. And along the way, it's snowy out, you're drinking, and you're about to get there, but you realize, shit, you leave so early in the morning. The breakfast, the drinks you're drinking up on the way, and just talking, generally having a good time. You realize, oh shit, I have to piss. My schedule is like fucking clockwork, man. And every single time I went up there, I stop at the exact same road. It's called Piss Road. I forgot about it because it's in Canada. We haven't had snow the last year, basically. So I forgot about that road. And then I drove up with these guys. I'm like, I need a piss. And then I see the road coming up on the right. There's a bridge that leads up to it. It's very recognizable. I'm like, holy shit, this is Piss Road. So we all pull over and take a piss on it because we all need a piss. It's just, we are clockwork. Every single time you leave to go to Blue Mountain, you have to piss on the road. It's just how it works.
Yeah,
It's not a full trip.
From my shoes, I was sitting in the car and I was like, man, I gotta go to the bathroom, but I'm not gonna say anything because we're like 45 minutes away. I'm like, maybe I can hold it. And then Joey goes, I really gotta piss. And Aiden's like, oh yeah. We started talking about it, and after a minute, he just looks at his truck and goes, "Holy shit, piss road!" And I go, "What?" He's like, "Guys, I piss here all the time." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? You haven't, like," it was wild. It was just a wild experience to get out and piss. And when we got out of the truck to take the piss, there was like 3-4 feet of snow that we had to swim through. Because for some reason we didn't have to just piss on the road. We had to take off all of our snowsuit because it's so hot in the truck. And we jump out into this snow. And we start swimming in it, and we're just swimming, and we might be like 5 feet apart of each other at most. Like we're barely in a woods. Like there's maybe 6 trees around us, so we're all standing there pissing. We just say, "Hey, don't look over your shoulder," because we're very clearly got our wieners out, pissing right beside each other. And then we had to. The worst part is when you have to swim back because you're standing there pissing for 30 seconds and you're frozen. You are so cold. And you have to swim back into the truck, and we're just like, "Yeah. Great piss, guys. Back on the adventure." Thank God Piss Road was there.
And those two are a bit lighter than me, so I weigh, a good 280. These guys weigh like 100 nothing, soaking wet. So they're climbing up the snowbanks all fine, and I'm sinking straight down through it into 5 feet of snow trying to step up. And I was like, I thought, hey, let me take a run at it so I can just run straight up. And I fucking hit the ground through the snow.
So
it's deceptive too. It's deceptive. You go through it, you take a step, oh, maybe you're a foot down, that's great. Take your next step, oh, a foot down. This is great. It's going to be the same distance every single time. Take another foot, half of my body is now entrenched in snow, and it is all up my pant leg. Very deceptive.
Yeah, snow's kind of evil like that. I feel like they do it on purpose.
But the snow can be fun.
When you eat
For a
it,
trip.
maybe? I don't know. God.
When you eat it, yes.
For snowboarding.
Don't eat yellow snow!
Yeah, so we get up there, we continue on our trip, and never get directions from Emmett.
I
He's
don't-
terrible
okay.
at it.
Don't ever
This
get
is
directions from this
unfair.
guy.
There's a town
Unfair.
called the Blue Mountain. So the story goes.
Okay,
the
so
story
maybe
goes-
look up. Hear me out. Hear me
Okay,
out.
okay,
Hear me out. Maybe look up the Blue Mountain Ski Resort.
Okay. So this is how the story goes. This is how the story goes. Aiden's asking for directions. So we get
Now, this
get
is
off
the
Piss
story,
Road.
yeah.
We get off Piss Road. Why? Stop singing.
We're gonna get copyright
Gotta get
strike on our
copyright.
first
No!
episode for those 2 lines.
No, so this is how it goes. We get off Piss Road and we're going, and Aiden goes, we booked an Airbnb for our trip, and Aiden goes, "Yeah, oh, maybe we should get directions to the Airbnb just to make sure that they're close." So I'm like, "Okay, yeah." I put in the direction for the Airbnb. I'm like, "Man, that looks really far away. That's weird." So we put it in, and Aiden's like, "Man, that's really far away." I'm like, "Okay, well, you know what? We don't get into the Airbnb till 4 anyways, and it's like 11. So let's just head to Blue Mountain and let's ski." I go to recent searches. I hit the topmost one, which was the one we were going to in the first place, which was the one Aiden Kennis had inputted. Don't shrug. Don't shrug. Listen,
I don't know what you're talking
Listen,
about, man. You're crazy.
I know that in the past there has been times that my directions may not have been the best. But this time it was not on me. We go to the stupid little shit town that is like 20 minutes out from Blue Mountain, and we're so confused. When we pull up, we see the Blue Mountain, we see the ski lifts, and we drive by it. We're like, "Is that blue?" And we're like, "No, that can't be. That's some other mountain." We go into this stupid little town in the middle of nowhere. Why did we do that? There's no point. Oh my god.
Following your directions,
no.
that was you.
Following my
Yeah, all in your
directions.
directions. I'm just gonna say it's your directions.
Oh my god. Eating a burger.
Yeah, we ended up
Oh,
wasting like
dude.
30 minutes. Not that bad. And then we finally actually do get there, turn around, figure it out, laughing the whole way. It's a good drive. The roads weren't that bad.
No, it is a fun.
And we finally get there. We find a place to park, and then we're walking around trying to find where to actually get our tickets. It's kind of a mess because we're stretching our legs after Piss Road. It was like a 45-minute drive left, so it's like we're actually getting to the area
Yeah.
and then walking inside trying to find where to get our tickets, and that's a mess and a half as is because we go to like this hotel area. I'm not really sure what it was.
Yeah, it was
like
so,
a hotel.
It was like a Blue Mountain hotel, and I walked in, and Aiden's like, "Hey, maybe we should leave our snow stuff here and get our tickets." But I was confident. I was so confident. Aiden and Joey are like, "Come on, let's just go get our tickets." But I'm like, "No, I got this. Put on your snow shit. We're going to the hill right away." And I go to the hotel. I'm like, "Where can I get my tickets?" And they're like, "Oh, you just go around the corner this way, around the corner that way." And I go that way, and it's not there. And I asked someone else for directions, and we're in like sweating in this hotel for 10 minutes. looking for where to go, and they're like, "Oh, you have to do like a 20-minute walk to your left." I go, "Oh, okay,
Sure.
perfect, thanks." And I look at Aiden and Joey, and I could tell that there was a little bit of spite, but they were both. I think I got really fortunate. I got really
Never
fortunate.
get this man directions.
Yeah.
Never get this man to give you
Yeah.
directions.
I got
Never
ve-
asked the no signal sign for directions. Thank you for joining us.
Exactly.
I'm the
Thank you
special
for joining
guest.
us.
I'm
No
the special
signal.
guest. I'm the special guest. But there were I caught Joey and Aiden at this really good time of the day where they both are like, "Yeah, no, we're just go with the flow right now. Like we're just here to have a good time. Like it doesn't matter when we go and ski."
Oh, yeah.
And in the back of my mind, I'm like, I think secretly they're a little like this is really ridiculous. But
Well, listen.
they weren't
from
mad,
now,
so
listen
it was
to
good. I got
this.
lucky.
Put this
Put this
Put
in
this in
your
your
pipe.
pipe and smoke it. Okay? Put this in your pipe and smoke it. That's definitely not ripped from another podcast
We don't
at all.
steal
ever.
here.
This-
The only one who you can't
don't
steal.
steal.
Only Aiden steals.
You kids, only I
So-
see.
So continuing on with it though, from my eyes, the story is slightly different because we end up getting to this hotel. We end up having all of our stuff ready and with us, and we're lugging it around because we expect to get tickets. Emmett gets directions from the hotel who says, it's in that direction though. So Emmett goes, we're going that direction now. So we do. We walk that direction until we reach this training school area. We have no idea where to go. We see the ski lifts, but we can't go on them because we don't have tickets. We start walking around for a second. We're thinking we're going to find an employee. No, there's no employee nearby. What does this guy do? He walks up to a random person and just goes, do you know where we are? And this person went, I don't know, man. I think it's that way. And Emmett just continues. He goes, all right, guys, we're going this way now.
Always believe strangers what they tell you.
Hey,
A stranger has never lied to
absolutely.
you ever.
We made it. We made. You know who did lie
did.
to us? You know who did lie to
Oh.
us? That
Someone
stupid. I hate her. I would
make
never.
fun of that.
She's like 65. She's
I
trying
would
to
never
make a
stoop
living.
that low to call anyone that name except her.
You just did.
Except her.
just
So
did.
we were planning on getting to Blue Mountain around 10:30, but because of
Piss Road.
Joey's fault, we didn't get on the lift till around noon. So we get to the ticket station and we're trying to print off these tickets, and I'm fumbling around everything. I've never done this before, so I'm fumbling. I'm dropping my mitts. I'm dropping my phone. Luckily, the tickets print some magically way. I have no idea how it happened to this day. And I look at the list.
Asking another stranger for help, by the way.
I don't. Is that actually what happened?
Yeah, you asked another guy, like, what's going on here?
Sweet. So I got the tickets, and I turned to this lady. I'm like, awesome. She's like, yeah, you have to put them, like, she's helping people get tickets. She's like, yeah, you have to put them in your upper left pocket so that scanner can get it. And I put it, and we were talking about where to put it. And she goes, yeah, she's helping us do it. And I go, okay, cool. How long can we ski for? Like, when do the day passes run out? She goes, 3 o'clock. And I'm sitting
Mind
there.
you, this is 11 o'clock.
I thought it was like
It's
11.
12.
It was closer
It's
to
12.
noon. It was closer to noon.
It was like 12. And I didn't even have my ski boots on yet, because I'm like, if you haven't walked in ski boots, a new level of hell that you are not ready for. Trying to walk downstairs, it feels like you have broken all the bones in your lower legs. It is completely awful, and also it gives you massive blisters. So I'm my regular shoes because I did not want to fuck with that.
Yeah, so we have
So
to
I had to
walk
go back to the truck.
get the ski boots and stuff, and then go back. And I was so upset because it cost us $150 for each of us to get two, or it was 115, sorry, for each of us to get 2 day passes, like 2 days of skiing. And we just get there at noon and we can only ski till 3. Are you serious?
3 hours. 3 hours of skiing for
Yeah, so-
roughly, what, close to $55?
Yeah, so we
Yeah,
were
$55, yeah,
we
for
were all sitting
an
there,
hour skiing.
We all decided that we're like, man, we're just gonna ski and snowboard until they stop us. Like we're gonna go till we're when we're tired. Which I think it worked out good because the sun sets around like 4:35 anyways. Nah, like 6 o'clock. But it was
When we went, it was a bit later, yeah.
yeah, it was getting dark and it was our first day, and like, you know, sitting in a truck for 3-4 hours is not good on the legs as is.
But
So-
what we wanted to do was go to the Airbnb, which is like a minute away from the nearest lift, and then go back on. That was the original
Yeah,
plan.
that was the
but
plan.
since we got told we're till 3 o'clock anyway, we're like, well, we can't go back. Like, what's
Yeah.
the point?
We end up getting these tickets. We end up going back to the truck, speed run, putting on all of our gear. We are now sweating, and it's crazy. This guy, Mr. Kennis up here, has to walk a mile practically in ski boots anyways to get to a lift because we decided to not move our parking at all. So We get there, we get onto the ski lift, and the actual snowboarding of it and skiing was very enjoyable. I haven't done it since last year or possibly the year before that with my brother. And for those who haven't snowboarded in a while, you just eat shit for the first probably 2 runs. It's just eating snow. That's all it is. So me and
Don't eat
Emmett,
yellow
we're going
snow.
down and just bam, 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 backwards. There goes my tailbone. There goes my knees.
Oh,
Bam, my
man.
ankle hurts now. Bam. Mr. Kennis up here never fell. He is
Oh,
like
that's not true.
God's.
That's not
Hey,
true.
on the
That's true,
first
he did.
day, on the first
On
day,
the
I did
first
not
day
fall.
of Christmas, he
Neither
never
did,
fell.
okay, to be fair, neither did I, guys. I also
He
did not
did.
fall.
That is a
He
straight up
will,
That's
he,
lie.
will,
not-
he will continue to
I-
say that he did not fall, but he did fall.
I
Where-
looked at you. You tumbled like a cartoon character falling down the stairs. You were Peter Griffin falling down those
Let's
stairs.
say
on a
hypothetically,
slope.
if I were to fall and that there was really one bad one and it was on Happy Trail, the easiest trail, I did do 3 big tumbles. Like it was 3 loops. That was hypothetically though, like in a joke world. But in the real world, I shredded that shit up like it was cheese.
Actually, what was that your biggest accident of the day?
That was on first day, yeah.
That was your biggest accident first day?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like he wasn't wearing a helmet because he's an idiot. It
Why
doesn't
again?
matter.
Why would I
That's
wear
up
a
there.
helmet if I don't fall?
Yeah, but and hypothetically, if we were drinking Twisted Trees on the way up the ski lift, and he had them in a satchel which was floating off his side, which then hypothetically also landed on the ground, we then had to drink one of them immediately since it broke.
That's
But that's
hypothetical.
besides the point.
That's,
That's,
yeah,
that's in
that's what would've
Minecraft.
happened.
That's in Minecraft, hypothetically.
in game.
Can someone mod
But-
Twisted Trees into Minecraft, please?
I think that's probably a thing. Mr. Kennis, did you have any wipeouts on that first day? Like
No,
at all?
Not at all.
I didn't think so.
I was going
had a
backwards down
big
the
one.
hills.
That's right, you did. I had a big one on that first day, and that was like the second last run that we did.
Mhm.
Aiden was right there next to me. He's like, "Come on, Joey, keep going." And I'm like, "Yeah, man, this is great." I start going sideways a little bit. I start snow plowing down the hill a little bit, just leaning backwards. I'm headed for trees. Oh, good. I'm not in a comfortable position where I can stop. Oh no, I'm gonna fall. At least I should do this controlled. Oh, it was not controlled in any way, shape, or form. I tumbled, I spun, I fucking like face planted and just scooted forward a little bit type of deal.
I wish.
Knees were shattered,
Oh, bro.
ankle was shattered. I get down this hill and I go, I can't do this. I can't do another. I can't, and I'm sitting there for like at least 2 minutes and I'm just going, I can't do this. This fucking hurts, man.
Oh, but.
All right, let's get on the ski lift.
Yeah, let's get back on.
That was it.
Yeah, there
That
was
was
times
fun.
when Aiden and I looked at each other and we looked. We're like, yeah, Joey can do another. I think he's
Joey
good.
can do it.
I can
Joey
do
can do it.
And
I
I did.
remember that. You got down. You're like, my tailbone, it's so bad. And we're like, oh, you all right? And then while we're talking about how bad you're in pain, we get on the ski lift.
Yeah,
Because
and I'm
we were like,
fine.
this guy needs another beer.
Yeah,
is what
he
he
needs more
needs.
He needs
Beer.
another beer in Minecraft.
What-
In Minecraft,
Minecraft.
again, we don't fall, and you don't drink at Blue Mountain. You don't.
There's no fall damage
There's
in
no
real
fall
life.
damage.
Honestly,
No.
you should try it out.
I think the only reason Aiden didn't fall is because he skis like the silly little boy he is. I
I am a silly
true.
little boy like
I
that.
think
I'm thinking about switching to snowboarding because you guys snowboard, my girlfriend snowboards, so I'm thinking about switching. But I already bought the skis and they were new, not cheap, by the way.
No.
Holy shit, it is so expensive to get into this. I'm gonna say hobby because I wouldn't really call what we were doing a sport, but
Like,
you know, on an Olympic
you-
level, it's a sport.
Yeah, you can make it a sport, but like it's doing like a mountain once or twice a year. It's a hobby sport. It's a hobby sport.
Yeah, it's a hobby sport. It's like golfing in that sense too, where it's like it costs a bunch of money. You can make it cheap if you want to. Like you can get the cheapest stuff, and you can still have a good time.
Yeah.
But it's a sport. But God, do not do it often.
Since I got back from Blue Mountain, all of my Instagram stuff has been skiing and snowboarding. That's like all it is.
Yeah.
And I see
that's
so
me
many
too.
pictures of snowboarders just in the ditch, like the Family Guy death pose.
Yep.
And it's like first
Yep.
time skier tries snowboarding. or like the Mark Grayson from Invincible, I thought you were stronger type shit. Like, I think Aiden, I would recommend. My dad did the same thing. He skied his whole life, and all of his buddies snowboard. And because when I first picking up snowboarding, he's like, "Don't do it, Emmett." And it took like I didn't stop eating shit. Hypothetically, didn't stop eating shit till this time that we went. This was my third time snowboarding and skiing. Like I think in total, I put about maybe 10, 15 hours in until I was good. Is that average?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's much quicker. But
Well, the thing is too, like the taller you are, the harder it is to snowboard. It's like skateboarding in that sense too, where
Is that
like
true?
it's all about your center of gravity
I guess
for
that makes sense.
snowboarding. So the taller you are, the more you have to squat down. So it's just the more energy you have to put in every single run to actually get it to go. Some people don't need to squat down when you're good enough, but when
It's,
you're learning,
the learning curve, you have to squat for sure.
hmm
Well, it's the similar thing, but skill level. I was behind Emmett by like an hour. We
Yeah.
kept saying this entire trip because we started off like relatively at the same, and it becomes just a matter of going down the hill backwards, doing toe turns, swapping your center of gravity, being able to cut your edges and everything like that. It becomes a matter of hours based on skill level
Yeah.
difference. And we got very close, right near
yeah.
the end there.
I would agree. There was.
But we should
Oh no, what were you saying?
continue.
There was.
I was gonna say we should.
Oh my god! Cancel the podcast. Get rid of
Shut
it.
him.
It's
We don't
done.
talk.
He's gone.
I might continue.
He's actually gone. So
The most Canadian moment, honestly.
So what I remember is there was the moment of switch where I was able to get that little bit smidge ahead of Joey. It was on the second day. It was like around 11 or 12. And we were up on a hill, and Aiden sat next to these two snowboarders. And he's like, yeah, my buddies are snowboarding. Like, what can you do to help them? And they looked
They're fucking losers, and they don't know what they're doing.
and they're snowboarders, and they gave you the greatest side eye imaginable when you said they're losers because you ski. They looked at us and they looked at Joey and I and said, "How comfortable are you do your toe turns?" And we both agreed, like, not very good. So he said, "Just do a couple runs, just going on your toes." And if you're a snowboarder, toe turns are usually what you learn second because you have to do a toe turn. You have to lean forward. And when you're going down a hill, leaning forward seems like the thing not to do. But
Yeah, because you're facing the hill. You're not looking where you're going. In
Yeah.
a sense, your whole body is facing the hill. Because a heel turn is when you're facing down the mountain.
yeah, you can
enjoy the
see
view.
where you're going. You enjoy the view. I agree. But these guys told us that, and the thing that I think set me apart from Joey is that just 2 hills within half an hour, I got my toe turns because I did nothing. Like, did it destroy my cast? Yes, but it was really good for the mental. Because you can do toe turns when you realize how easy they are. It just takes a bit.
I think the main
Also-
difference was Joey had his big tumbles. You hypothetically didn't fall at all, so you had that confidence still built in. While Joey was like
So
first day
yeah.
on his tailbone, just writhing in pain for
The
like a minute
evil
and a
fall.
half.
That was the
evil fall.
My tumble
And
was
so I just
fortunate.
feel like the confidence was like a big thing because confidence is massive for
Okay,
snowboarding.
sorry.
We're not doing that.
We're not doing that.
I wanna talk about second day, and I wanna talk about our absolute beloved El Park.
Yes,
Beautiful run that we
I
have
love El
had.
Park.
I love El Park.
Now, a little bit of backstory to El Park is once you get off of the ski lift, there's 2 routes that you can take. The one to the left, which just goes down the hill and to the left, but feeds into the center part, or the right side. The right side will take you down and feed you into the right, but it can also feed you into the left, which creates a center little area, which they liked to call El Park. El Park is the trick course for this area, which means it's got jumps, it's got lumps, and it's got turns and everything for you to run through. There's the lines for racing for skiers, so you could just push yourself through and up, down, have your fun all the time. Snowboarders, for me, who doesn't know how to pick up momentum, this thing's an absolute nightmare. And I have no idea how to navigate this thing. The only thing I was thinking at the start is, how the hell am I going to pick up enough speed to get over any of these hills? I go through the first time. I lost my speed in a couple areas, failed a couple turns. Meh, such is snowboarding life for me. Evan, on the other hand, your fucking situation by going through there on the first go around was still just already incredible.
I was happy
You went
with
through
my
that like it was
performance.
nothing.
There was a time, it was our third run through of L Park. So there's a ton of hills at these, like at this mountain. I think we hit like all the blues like at least once.
Yeah.
We hit a couple
Yeah,
blacks.
the difficulties is like green, blue,
Yeah.
black, and double black.
Yeah.
So blue's like it also depends on what hill you go to. Like if you go to like your local hill, their black's probably like a Blue Mountain Blue.
Mhm.
So it's basically it's like a medium difficulty type of thing,
Yeah.
and it's pretty good.
So the terrain.
L Park
part-
was actually an orange.
No, so the
Oh,
orange.
no.
Yeah, orange is different. Orange is different. So yeah.
Orange is different. Orange is for parks. So what that is, there's many parks. Usually, what people know for parks is trick parks. That's where your half pipes are, your slopes,
Grind rails.
and then your grind rails and your really big jumps. L Park was a terrain park, and what that means is, like Joy was saying before, curves and then the little jumps. So if I were to compare it to anything, it's like when you imagine, it's like dirt bike racing but on skis, and it was
Yes.
awesome. I absolutely had a blast.
What was your
So I was
time?
going up the
It was
hills
like
jumping.
A minute 12, wasn't it?
Yeah. I got down the slope in like a minute 12 when it took Emmett and Joey. Like it took
keep in
Emmett
mind.
5 minutes.
No, it wasn't 5.
Any
It was like
snowboarding.
2:30. But again, a minute 30 difference on a hill is crazy. Like
Yeah,
I,
it's
go
great.
crazy.
And yeah,
yeah.
normally it takes like 5 minutes to get down there. With L Park, you're going through. Basically, it was like a giant S of curves, and like it was built up.
jumps, couple
It was
jumps.
fantastic,
I am
honestly.
a big fan.
But yeah, so it wasn't an orange difficulty; it was a park, which led into a blue difficulty hill after. So your legs, after doing it 3 times, your legs are killing you.
Yeah, we took a lunch break after that. Lunch break, which
Mm-hmm.
surprisingly we could not use the gift cards.
Yes, the gift
is
cards are another villain.
That's another villain. Okay, so back to let's finish the first villain here. Let's do a segue back. Rewind, turn it back now, y'all. When we learned, remember that guy who told Aiden to tell us to do our toe turns all the way down the hill.
Mm-hmm.
I turned to him and said, toe turns, like, we had a nice conversation. We talked up. I said, man, it's such a shame that we have to finish skiing at 3 o'clock, rats. He goes, when did you guys start? I'm like, oh, like 10. He goes, no, you got 8 hours. You got till 6. I'm like, what? 8 hours? He goes, yeah, you didn't know? Skiing is 8 hours after you scan your card, as long as you scan before 3 o'clock. And it felt like a movie scene. Like I got a flashback to that lady in slow motion saying, you can't ski past 3 o'clock. Like in slow motion with her evil, stupid, ugly mouth. I hate that woman. I hate that woman. She lied.
She probably has
lied.
grandkids who she's the hero of. I want
You
you,
know
to
what?
like. This
Okay,
is a
I
woman
take it
who
all
lives a
back.
normal
I
life.
take it all back. I don't actually hate this woman. She's just doing her job, and I probably misheard her. But in my
No. She said 3 o'clock. She definitely did that. But like, are you assuming
I'm
evil
trying
intent?
to backpedal so I don't sound evil. All right, let me do
This man hates old women. Do not hire
I
him.
don't. I love my grandma. I love my grandma, and I'm sure she's a great grandmother. But
She's probably gonna be our only listener, honestly. Emmett's grandma.
just so happened, that woman just so happened to ruin my day in the sense that I felt so bad because I made everyone buy ski passes and pay an extra $115 for nothing. When we could have
It was
gotten
3
night
hours
passes. Yeah, but we
on the
could have gotten
slopes.
night passes and gone all night if I knew that was the case. But again, it didn't matter because it's 8 hours after you start, and I think I had a miniature fit. It felt like on that ski, like I was yelling. My voice was a
You
little
were.
too loud for a public place. It was like
Joey
was
and I were
mad.
just chilling in the background. Like we were just saying, like, yeah, this is fine. Probably saying like the DuckTales theme on our head.
I had
And-
I had a mini fit. It was like-
I think you're just so used to like everything having to go right.
Well, it's because
'Cause,
I
like-
planned it, right? I wanted it to go right because I planned it. If I knew, which again, it didn't matter, but I would have booked, if that was the case, I would have booked night skiing, which would have been made more
actually,
sense, and we could have left
I was
later.
thinking that instead for our next trip, if we do end up going on another one, which we will, I think night passes might be the way to go.
Yeah,
When
night
I was
passes.
looking up at it through night, when we were getting dinner, which we will touch on, when we were getting dinner, I'm looking up at
Touch.
the ski hills and everything like that. Nobody's on it. With the night pass, nobody's on it. Day pass, you have to worry about children running into you and not apologizing for this matter.
Can't stop
and
the
you have
A
to worry
train.
about cutting
You can't
across.
stop the
You
A
have to.
train.
You have to worry about cutting across the hill after L Park. You cut across 2 hills. and you just have to pray that there's not a skier that's tunnel visioned into the direct spot that you're going to. Night passes, that would be so much more chill. That's probably
Well,
where it's at.
There are less people on the night passes,
But they
but you
also
also gotta think as
close.
well for the night passes. The hills get closed because they're bad conditions out and they can't monitor them as easily. So a lot of the good hills, which we'll be ready for next time, will actually be closed.
Like
And
the
also
blacks,
the
yeah.
glades and basically just the better hills, it'll be more difficult to go at night. So I think you take that trade off. Yes, they have like
Yeah.
lamps and stuff on the hills that you can see through, but it's just better conditions during the day. So it's definitely a trade off. I think a nighttime could be cool, but I think maybe if we start at 3, because we were like, we wake up and like, well, we might as well just go to the hill. If we start
Yeah.
at like 2:30 or 3, and then just go until we get kicked off, basically, I feel like that could be a lot better too. Because then we still get the good runs at the beginning of the day, and then we can end off when we're tired and not wanting to, check behind us all the time. We can have the lonely hills to ourselves. Blue Mountain's just a weird place, and it has a lot of dumb rules, and they have a lot of dumb systems. Like you can spend a lot of money there, and one of the weirdest things is like they give out these gift cards. Like, cause with ski hills, there's not always perfect conditions, and if your trip gets canceled, for the conditions being shit, they give you these gift cards that you're allowed to spend. And then Emmett over here got those gift cards because he wanted to go 2 years ago, and the trip got canceled. He
So-
had about 150, I think it was.
So
Yep.
we went 2 years ago in March, and we booked 3 days of skiing, but we could only go 2 because it's March. Like, what do you expect? So they gave us about $750 in Blue Mountain gift cards. Uh-oh.
Your camera's out again.
Yes, I've
Nocturne
noticed.
ulted him once again. For those audio
Nocturne
listeners
ulted.
out there, Emmett has gone completely nocturnal again.
So-
We cannot see him.
We get these Blue Mountain gift cards, and they can. No signals back. We get these Blue Mountain gift
Mr. No
cards.
Signal.
And how they work is that you can only spend them in certain locations, like within the village. So Blue Mountain has like this tourist area where they got like gift shops, Starbucks, restaurants, like snowboard
They also have a
shops.
live DJ,
A
which
live
was
DJ.
he actually
That was
He
super
played-
cool.
he played
went crazy.
bangers.
Yeah, I agree.
It was a she. It was a
it was
she.
a
and
she.
She
It
went
was a she.
crazy on it. She
Thank
went
God.
crazy
White Men
on the beat.
Podcast. It was a she. we had a goat woman DJ and an evil woman ski worker.
balance.
hit all the bases,
Balance in
balance.
life, right?
So
Did we pass the Bechdel test?
There's no women. There's no women. How
Yeah.
can we pass the test? What the fuck?
Shit. Oh, we
Um,
mentioned 2 of them. I'm sure that's good.
We're mentioning them, but they need to have a conversation that doesn't involve men. I'm sure they have, but like this.
Too bad.
Too bad. Joey, can you transform into a woman so that you can pass the Bechdel test, please?
Hold on.
If you're a woman, would you let
2026 predictions. Joey will be a woman.
Joey will be a woman.
Okay, this podcast is canceled. Thank you for listening. No. But we should talk about those gift cards and the villainy behind them. We're gonna try and use these things because we know we have $150.
No, it ended up being 200. My mother thought
Wait,
it was
wait.
150.
Let me get.
Let me get.
Let me
Take
get-
the hand
Yeah.
down. The hand, brother.
Yeah.
The hand
Hold
down.
on, hold on. Don't
That's
be
crazy.
rash.
Don't be rash now. Shadow, relax.
But we had $150 in gift cards that we knew was $150 to spend, and our entire point was we dined like kings. We wanted our second dinner to be an absolute feast. So we have $150. This can get us something crazy. We go to a restaurant. Hey, can we use the gift cards? No. Oh, shit. Where can we? Oh, the place across the street. Okay, sweet. We go in there. Hey, can we use these gift cards before we get seated? No. Well, where can we? We just got told to come over here. This place over here. So, we drag ourselves over there. Hey, before we get a seat, do these gift cards work? And we sit there for 10 minutes while this guy tries to figure out if gift cards work with another group who is paying with gift cards. We've made good friends in this line now while we're waiting for 10 minutes. I'm watching the one guy from the other group become a male Karen and just really poke at the guy to see if the gift cards would work. The guy comes back, hey, the gift cards won't work, but we've got a seat for you. No, we're not sitting down in here. We want to know if our gift cards work. So we leave, we take our 5 minutes, we check our phones, and hey, where can we use this stuff? Nowhere. We can use it at a gift shop or we can use it at a bar. And bars are fun, but we're trying to dine like kings. We're not trying to dine like bar attendees, right? So what do? We go back to the first place that had the least amount of wait time. We do a little walking around for 5 minutes, but we end up getting into this nice little Italian place that had their water in a fancy little emptied out wine bottle.
They even asked
now-
if you want it still, tap, or sparkling. They had 3 options for water, which goes crazy. Oh,
And
the curse of green!
Joey's
The
green!
curse of
Joey's
green!
green!
The curse of green! That's
Okay, now
crazy!
Joey's invisible as well, so all you have to look at now is my beautiful face.
I mean, not a
Shit.
problem
I'm
with
back.
me, to be honest. Get that, Joey. Go back to being green for a moment. I
Joey,
wanna
can you
appreciate
go
it.
on green?
Sorry, my dad has to call me again.
Is that what it
Because
was?
green.
Your dad called you?
Yeah,
and
he
you
made me
became
green. He made me green.
Oh, just like
Your dad made you green. He put you into this world. He can make you green.
So I want you guys. The Airbnb was like a 20-minute walk away from the village. So we're walking there, and we see a bus pull into a bus stop, and we sprint to it. And we hop on. He goes, "Are you so and so?" I forget what this old guy said. The bus driver goes, "Are you so and so?" And we're like, "No." But can you take us to the village? He goes, "Do you have the app?" No. He goes, "Okay, get in." And he takes us to the village. He was such a nice guy, but like he saved us a 5-minute drive for a 20-minute walk, and we're going to these restaurants, and it's immaculate because he's like, yeah, you need to have this app to like you need to order the bus to get there, and he's telling us all this stuff, and he just decided he'd be nice to pick us up. We didn't have to pay him, we didn't have to tip him.
Yeah.
It's just a nice
It's basically
guy.
like an exclusive Uber for Blue Mountain. And he also told
It
us
is.
at the end, it's just like I only run till 11 o'clock, so if you want to ride back, I know where you go to, so you have to come with me, basically.
Yeah.
He was treating us like we were royalty. This guy is a gem.
This was before we knew the gift cards didn't work. So we like, wow, getting treated like royalty. They were going to eat like royalty. Turns out we spent an hour and a half running around in like a miniature blizzard. Like, yes, we're in a snow village, but bro, it was cold and we've been out in the snow all day and it is snowing. Like I couldn't feel my toes. And I'm getting pissed off that these stupid gift cards did not work anywhere. And my brother, basically, he was given $400 of gift cards because he was going earlier to Blue Mountain a week prior with way more people. So my mom goes, Emmett, you and your buddies get $150, that's $50 each. Why you get $400, that's $50 each. Because, you know, these gift cards are going to expire. So he goes, and I'm like, hey,
Way more people. He went with 4 people. We went with
no, he went with like 6 people. I forget how many, but he went with a lot of people. So I told him, like, hey, any money you don't spend, bring it back to me. Like, they're gift cards. I'll be sure to spend it. So he comes back, and he's like in this Blue
And
Mountain.
this was your Christmas gift too. It wasn't Wise.
Yeah,
your
it was
Christmas
a
gift.
combined Christmas gift of whatever money you don't spend, you share. Like, it's shared money, shared gift cards. And he comes back, and he goes, I'm like, wait, okay, how was your trip? We were talking about his trip. I'm like, what'd you spend the money on? How was dinner? And he goes, oh, the gift cards didn't work anywhere. Which, this, again, at the time, I didn't believe him. But now I believe him, because the gift cards don't work fucking anywhere. But he goes,
The
yeah,
guy is a known liar.
yeah, he's a known liar. He goes, yeah. So me and my buddies on the last day, we spent it all in the gift shop. I'm like, oh, like how much? He goes, all of it. I'm like, no, seriously, all of it, Emmett. I promise. What? He's like, yeah, I got a mug, I got a sweater, I got a Happy Trail sign. I'm like, bro, what do you mean? Like, you're serious? He goes, yeah, that's the only place you could spend it. I was so upset. I'm like, are you serious? Like, there's no other way. So I went to Blue Mountain, not only with the intent to have a good vacation, but with the intent to prove him wrong. And boy, howdy did I. We found... Okay, so we went to dinner. This nice Italian restaurant. Rest in peace.
It's fucking boy howdy. Anyway, we went.
Rest in peace, Joey's stomach. I'm sorry that happened to you.
Oh my god.
Okay, so we all got dinner, right? Emmett gets the ravioli.
Delicious,
Aiden, what
by
did
the
you
way.
get? What was it called?
It was bolognese.
It was some. Yeah, it was bolognese. Some
Bolognese.
beautiful. It was
Bolognese.
like bolognese.
Bolognese.
You gotta say it like
Bolognese.
you gotta say it like the Italians.
Bolognese.
They'll kill you if you don't. Actually, you go
They
to
kill
Italy
you?
and you say it wrong, they kill you on the spot. But it's just noodles and hamburger meat, just grounded up. It was really good.
It's called
Honestly,
ground beef.
Rest in peace, Joey's stomach, by the way.
it wasn't on the ground,
I
Joey.
had
I'm
it.
not calling it ground beef.
What do you call it?
They put
Calico
it.
legs?
It lays on the. It lays on the
It's
ground.
not
Anyway,
on the ground. It's not ground beef.
Regardless, I had the worst fettuccine alfredo known to man.
I
That
second
was
that.
not fettuccine
I
Alfredo.
second that.
Yeah, we
It
all
was
tried it. That was
terrible.
awful.
It
We
was
ate it all,
so
though.
bad. The noodles weren't al dente. Like, I'm not one for al dente noodles already,
What does
but
that
they
mean?
weren't al dente. They were a mix between sticky and slightly harder, but still not al dente. And the sauce was so fluid and liquid
It was water. It
that
was
it didn't
water and
stick
cheese.
to the noodles. It
The
didn't
noodles
stick
were
to the
like
noodle.
cardboard, and but like it was waterproof cardboard because the sauce went like you could just drip the sauce completely off, and you had a
You could.
plain noodle.
Yeah, when you went to take
Exactly.
a bite,
And-
it was a plain noodle, and you took a spoonful of sauce to wet your whistle. Like that's what it was, bro.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
And this meal, like, we're not just like oh, you know, they're complaining about some like cheap meal. This was like
A $50
$40.
meal,
It's like
$50
it's like
meal.
$40, and I added $9 chicken. $9 chicken. I could buy a $9 chicken from the superstore, and have better chicken than they did. But it was the only redeeming quality of that dish. I don't think I could have eaten it without that $9
It was
chicken that I
bad.
added.
It was just all.
But it
of
was
that.
bad. It was
Yeah,
bad.
so this is $40 out of his own pocket because you know the gift cards didn't work. We
They
did
didn't
find
work.
out though that the gift cards did work at a bar.
Jozo
So
Weirdo's
we're
bar.
very glad that Emmett's brother didn't find that out because all the money would be gone. if
Funny
he did.
story. I'm surprised he didn't find that out. I'm so surprised.
Yeah.
Anyways, we go. Oh, we can still dine like kings. Let's go to this bar and get fancy drinks. Where is it? 20-minute walk the exact direction we came from. Literally where we got picked up from the bus. The hotel is where we had. So we decide to do the 20-minute trek back. We ran into some guy was whacked out of his mind. He was like cheering us on. I don't even remember what he was doing. I just remember running into.
I don't remember this at all, but I
Hey,
was
you
also
were-
zoned
you
out of
were
my
the-
fucking
You were at the
mind.
point where the minions would
Now.
have scared you. That's where you
There was
were.
there's something
I was
called the
nonverbal.
community.
The community.
And the community was being passed around. We were all part of the community. So this guy doesn't remember a lot of the night.
I remember
He
him
went
gambling
nonverbal at the function.
dinner on
did.
PokerStars.net.
He gambled throughout this trip, mind you. We were drinking. He was gambling and
It was $2.
Bro,
I
he
bought
could, no, he went
$2.
away on vacation and he couldn't stop working the way he was hitting the blackjack table. That was crazy.
I think I just have more dedication than you guys. I had to defeat the evil.
You had so much
blackjack dealer.
dedication that you were shaking.
And you know what? I was up $10 that night. You guys
That's
can
awesome.
shut up.
Before, no, that's
Well,
before you went
because you're working.
nonverbal at the function. We got to this
You went
bar.
nonverbal.
We got to this bar. We walked through the snow. We got to the bar, and we go, "Hey, do the gift cards work there?" We had a really nice Irish bartender, and so we
Yeah,
looked at the
Irish.
drink menu, and he's like, "Yeah, these gift cards work. Get as many drinks as you'd like." Find out there that we actually have $200 worth of gift cards. So we pop off.
Yeah.
We go, "Yes!" So we all order like 3 drinks each and a plate of poutine because like we're still hungry. Joey needed
That
something
poutine
other.
was so
He needed something
good.
other than that stupid chicken, stupid
I
chicken
did.
Alfredo. So we
That
ended up,
that
yeah.
poutine was beautiful.
Anyways, we got old fashions. What do we all think of the old fashions?
I don't like it.
Look,
would-
I'm
we're
not
we're
gonna
all
handle
young.
it.
We're not ready for the old fashioned.
I
It
would
was just
never
like
drink.
when I
bourbon
imagine an old
again.
fashioned, it's just straight whiskey. Is what I always imagine.
Mm.
It's actually gin. I'm pretty sure was
No,
what he
it's
handed it
bourbon.
to us.
It was.
It's bourbon. It's bourbon.
No, it was gin.
Oh.
It was gin.
Look, an old fashioned
Listen.
is 100% bourbon.
Oh right,
It
is
wasn't.
bourbon.
It wasn't an old fashioned. It was
no, we
maple.
got no maple old fashioned is what it was called.
Was
Yeah,
it a
maple
maple
old fashioned.
Yeah, so
Okay.
instead of simple syrup, you used maple syrup. Is what it was.
Right.
Yes.
So it was
But it's
bourbon.
still
Actually,
gross.
he's right.
Yeah.
But still, yeah. I actually finished downing the drinks because I was nonverbal at that point and nothing phased me.
You were.
I was able to
Besides
down.
gambling, besides
Besides
gambling with the
gambling.
evil
Hey,
blackjack.
you
I
cannot
have- I
say
have
that you
3
were
of them.
$10 up. You don't even know where you were.
I
You-
checked my balance the day after, and I was $10 up. So it's either I lost everything and rebought, or I was $10 up.
Oh,
And you
God.
guys were being such assholes, being like, "Get off the fucking app!" That there's
I
no way I
told you
spent all my
stop
money.
gambling.
Joey, I
you
mean,
are like
You were.
you
We
just
sat
fucking
there.
ripped off the community.
We sat there
You
for an
said-
hour and a half, and you just gambled and looked at Instagram reels silently. And then you just looked
You
at me
didn't
once.
even talk.
You looked at me
Okay,
once
but
and just
to be
said,
fair-
"I gotta go to
to
the
be-
bathroom," and then you walked away.
You guys were for like 20 minutes. I was worried. I sent Emmett after you. I'm
Yeah.
like, this guy's been nonverbal. Is he dead in the bathroom? I
Oh,
need
you
somebody
were
to help
worried.
him.
You were worried, but you sent someone else after.
Well, I
to
had to
find
piss
me. Yeah,
anyways.
thanks,
I had to
Joey.
piss anyways.
He had to piss.
he
I'm
was
like,
gonna send
is Aiden
himself.
okay? And Emmett's like, I gotta piss, so I'm gonna check.
But
You
to
guys
be
are
fair,
just-
to me, I've been hitting the community all night. I'm not
And
much of
the
a smoker.
evil maple old fashions. You just
And I
Actually,
drank
there
3
was-
of the evil
there
maple
was
old
one
fashioned,
sentence
and then I
that
had
came out.
2.
it
Yeah,
was.
I had 2 regular drinks after that as
Yeah.
well, which were fantastic.
Good
So in the span of 2 hours, I am zoinked off the pen. I've had 5 drinks. Of course, I'm gonna go nonverbal and gamble.
There
That's
was
who I
one
am.
sentence.
Gamble,
There was one
gamble.
sentence. Joey took a sip and he goes, I'm not going to drink this. Aiden took a sip and goes, oh, that's really bad. He adds a pack of sugar too. I tried finishing mine. I maybe got like 4 or 5 sips in, like less than half. Like I was like maybe a third.
Yeah.
Aiden, we passed our drinks to Aiden. He just looked at us and the bartender. And he just said, Mama didn't raise no bitch. And continued to gamble and drink the rest of the old fashions. That's all he did for those 2.5 hours. And when we all ordered drinks, we're like, hey, Joey, does this one sound good? Joey's like, yeah, I like that one. Aiden, what do you think about this one? He looked at us, he just nods his head, and he just 5 more cents into the blackjack dealer. Like, what is this?
But then earlier that day, I bought a McCain's deep dish cake. Fantastic cake, by the way. If you haven't, I would go out and buy one right now and have one. The chocolate, deluxe chocolate.
Stop listening to the podcast. Dislike the podcast.
No.
And then
Well,
go
listen to
buy
the
it.
podcast. Listen to the podcast
in the
and
car
then
on the
in
way.
the car and get the McCain's deep dish. That's what you need to do.
Yeah, so I was thinking about this cake all day. We finally get back, and I pass out almost immediately.
Didn't even get to watch the
So-
menu.
It's 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock, and this guy is out. Now, this is where I'm going to take over the story because Emmett is
I
also
don't know
off the
anything.
community. And allegedly,
There,
allegedly,
yeah,
the
allegedly.
minions scare this guy.
There's
and
been
the
an
last
instance.
time, there's been an incident where he's watched the minions and thrown up everywhere because the
shaking,
little yellow
shaking,
guys
throwing
scare
up.
him.
It wasn't because of the minions, but because of the minions. I threw up everywhere.
That makes no sense.
It wasn't.
The DreamWorks logo freaks you out. The guy fishing on the moon, you can't handle it.
You don't-
And now the minions too. You can't handle shit.
He doesn't want to hear it.
I don't want to hear
But-
it. Talk to the hand.
So we get back home. I mean, you can do what you
I
want.
actually can't defend
But we get
myself.
back home. We get back home, we lock the door behind us. Aiden lays down and he goes, "This is really cozy, guys." And
He's
then Emmett's
sleeping on
putting
our
something
bed,
on the
mind you.
TV
It's our
where I
bed.
can't see. Yeah, it's our bed. Me and Emmett shared a bed on
You
this
guys are
trip,
sharing
and
a
he's
bed.
in our bed. And he goes, "This is really cozy, guys." Emmett's throwing something on the TV. I'm getting my stuff off still. 5 minutes later, Aiden's passed out. This
Snoring.
guy's snoring. Like full tilt. He's done and cooked for the night. I look over to what Emmett's put on the TV. What does he put on? The fucking Minions Rise of Gru. The Minions scare this guy, and he's put it on the TV.
No, okay.
At like full
To my
blast.
defense, that 5 minutes was when Aiden Kenneth was on the couch. There was when we locked the door. You were busy doing your thing before he made it to the bed. We were on
Yes, that's true.
Netflix, and he's like, "What do you want to watch?" And Aiden goes, "That one." And I'm like, "I go to Minions Rise of Gru." Yes. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, I wasn't feeling it. Listen, it didn't hit me yet. I didn't take too much weed, but how it works is it takes about 5 to 10 minutes. So I put it on. And then within that 5 to 10 minutes, everybody leaves me. And I'm on the couch alone watching the Minions. Damn it.
And so we do end up getting about a good solid hour through this movie. Just me and Emmett eating chips and eating the snacks that we had bought for this day previous. We're eating all of her stuff. I go over and I'm like, I think I can get Aiden to rally with the McCain's deep dish.
Get him
I'm
on.
going to chef it up. So I'm getting the plates ready. I'm getting the cups ready. I get the juice. I get the McCain's cut up into nice
The juice
squares.
went crazy,
This is
by the
all
way.
perfect.
I remember
And
the
I
juice.
went
It was
crazy.
so good.
I went crazy as a chef. I was going pretty hard. Not to mention the time that you guys almost burnt our place down. We'll touch on that in a minute. But
We don't
I get the
know.
McCain's deep dish.
Ugh.
I get the McCain's deep dish, and I get everything rallied up and ready. And I'm about to rally Aiden. And it's the point of Minions Rise of Gru where all the minions get turned into bunnies. And
A
they were
bunny,
doing
a
this training
chicken,
arc.
and a goat. Bunny, chicken, and
It's
goat.
true. And so the bunny, which one was he again?
Kevin,
was that
obviously.
Kevin?
Ni-
Okay, so
Nightmare
Kevin was the bunny, but he was supposed to release the inner beast within him. And he did, but he screamed.
And
His eyes
fire-
go red. He screeches. There's fire behind him. And this now has scared my poor dear Emmett on the
Movie was
couch.
off
watching
after
the
that. It was
Minions.
off. It was bedtime. I'm on Instagram
It was
Reels
off.
trying to recover.
Editor, can we play that clip, editor?
I will put that clip on the screen. I mean, Greg will
We-
put
we-
that. Who the fuck is
Greg
our
will put it
editor?
in.
Greg. It's Greg. Whatever his name is, it starts with a G.
Yeah, some random white male again. That's the fourth.
G Money.
That is G
G-Money.
money. But I try and get Aiden to rally. I've got the McCain's deep dish in my hand here. I've got the glass with peach drink. I put it on the table and I'm trying to waft it in front of him. I'm trying to get him to rally with it. I'm trying to fan it at him, trying to get him back up. It's not working. I'm like, damn it. That would have been really fucking funny if it worked. And Emmett went, let me do this after he's turned off the TV because he got scared from the minions. He goes there and he gets his plate. He takes a lick of it and he puts it on Aiden's lips. Aiden's up immediately and he goes, what? What's going on? And Emmett goes, McCain's deep dish for you. And he goes, yes. And he lays sideways and continues to eat this McCain's deep dish. Puts his plate next to him and then pass out without touching his drink at
Before
all.
the time I could sit
I
back
didn't know
on
the
the
peasant
couch, before the time I could sit back on the couch and take my first bite, he was back asleep. He ate the McCain's deep dish, drank his juice, and fell back asleep. I couldn't even get back and enjoy it myself. Like, bro, Joey, after this, we woke Aiden up again, like, after 10 minutes, and we tucked him into his bed. And Joey went in bed, and
We did.
there's brown on my blankets. And Aiden, in his last moment of consciousness, was like, the McCains, that might have been the McCains. And then he's back to snoring. Bro, it was wild. Oh, my God.
It was great.
Yeah, that's
It was
basically how
wonderful.
our trip ended. We woke up, we spent all morning kind of cleaning, kind of boring actually. Shower.
A little boring. And there was a hot tub on premise, but there was every single time we went there, it was either full of a bunch of old people who we thought were swingers, or filled with a bunch of teenage girls, and we're not about to fuck with that. Honestly,
Well,
Choose
no,
your
some of
words
them weren't
very
teenage girls.
wisely.
Now look at some of the like a lot of them were not teenage girls. A lot of them were like snowboarder aged girls. Probably every snowboarder does.
what does that even
or
mean?
something.
No. Let him continue. The viewers
Let me
would get
click.
it. The viewers would get it.
So like party age, like you're looking at probably
The
25
evil
to
age.
30 range. So about that. I am not about to hop into a hot tub with 4 of those women. Not
I'm
because
afraid
I
of
have a
that.
girlfriend, but because I am scared of women in
afraid.
general.
I agree.
Now,
Yes.
all 3 of us are also chronically in our houses at any given
I
moment,
don't think Aiden is.
and
I
our
don't think
definition of
I
pretty
don't
well
always talk
gamer.
about.
Aiden
Yeah, we're
is.
gamers.
pretty well gamer. So we're
Iron
not
one
about
in a
that.
League of Legends, by the way.
Womp.
Ranked
Yeah,
up.
but that's like
okay,
90% of league, so I don't blame you, bro.
Okay, well, I'm okay, whatever.
But we decided to stay inside and play Kirby instead of the hot tub.
Yes!
But-
Yeah.
But for
I
the
fucking
last
love
day,
Kirby.
last day was pretty good. We just wake up and, you know,
We packed our
Piss
stuff.
off.
We went home.
Yeah, we just
stopped
packed
at
up,
Piss
cleaned
Road
up, we took
again.
videos.
We stopped.
Did we
at
ever get
Piss
charged for a cleaning fee, by the way?
No, he gave me 5 stars. Stand
Let's
up now,
go!
face the sun. That's me.
We
bro.
mopped up that house, but
We
we
mopped
also
exactly
almost
this way.
burnt it down. That
Yeah, that's-
oven in
No,
that
no, no,
condo.
no. We stopped this conversation. Joey put
Editor,
French fries
editor.
and chicken burgers in the oven.
No,
and
no,
it,
no.
It almost burnt everything down.
Okay, let me.
Okay,
I like this
server
story too
deafen-
because
server
I was
deafen
the guy
Joey,
who got to chef
server
up.
deafen Joey.
Joey
You
is
could
a great
server
chef,
deafen
I
me.
will say.
By all means, you could server deafen me, but that doesn't change the audio recording on my side. I'll get the
Oh,
editor to
no.
throw my
delete
side
Joey's
in.
audio. Server deafen Joey. We don't want to hear any of this.
So what ended up happening was we were trying to muck on the first night. We were trying to like feast, and this was before the night of the Feast of the Kings. So we had 3 pizzas. I seen that. We had 3 pizzas.
We wanted to feast. We wanted to feast like cavemen, just a bunch of cheap
It's true.
materials, but a lot of it. The next day we wanted to feast like kings, where it's like expensive stuff. But
It's
yeah.
true. So we had the 3 pizzas, the 3 different kinds of them. We had chicken burgers and we had French fries. We decided to not do the chicken burgers for the time, but the French fries and 3 pizzas, all at the same time. We throw them all into the oven. We get the oven going at its heat and everything like that. Take a gander over after some few people are like 4 twisted teas deep already, and
Joey,
some of the
again,
community.
Joey was 4 twisted teeth deep. I don't know.
Yeah,
what he's
Joey
talking
was
about.
forced with.
Yeah, it was me, guys.
And he
So,
put them
some
in
of the
the oven.
community.
And he put
And
them
we
in
see-
the oven.
We see them at the top of the oven, just smoke billowing out of this thing. Open it up, bam! There's a big cloud of like, not gray, not black, but like not a
Brown.
good color,
Brown.
not a
Brown
good color.
smoke.
So we're worried that the fire alarm's gonna go off. Like this is over. So we open up the thing and we check out everything. Turns out what it was in the end, that pan for the French fries. The person who was there last time didn't wash whatever the fuck was on the bottom of it off. There was so much material, whatever it was, and that was on our bottom rack. Terrible.
Set off the
But I
we
took
set off
over
the
for
smoke
cooking.
alarm. Not that time.
We
but
didn't
the
set it
morning
off.
after.
We didn't set it off.
The morning
The
after.
morning
next
after,
time.
for some reason, we set it off, which was
We had
astonishing
less
how we
smoke.
did.
Yeah.
That time. We had less smoke.
We did.
If
But
there was an actual
I
fire
chefed
in
it
that
up.
place, we would
Joey did
have
chef it
died
up.
probably.
He opened up the oven and he said, "Guys, whoever put this in is stupid." And I said, "Joey, why'd you do that?" And then he cleaned up the thing for us and he fixed it, and it was awesome. He
Well, Joey
saved-
is the
And then we
only one
did
who
have
lives
pizza.
who lives by him with his girlfriend, like out of his parents' house. So,
So,
it makes sense why he would
Here's
probably have
thing.
the best cooking
The
skills.
only reason why I think he knows the oven is because he didn't get an air fryer till like 2 months ago. And let me tell you,
Broke bitch.
since I got an air
Clear.
fryer, I have barely touched my oven. Everything I want to do a full pizza, I cut that shit up into 4 pieces so they can fit in my air fryer. That's what I'd be doing. Where'd Joey go? Oh, he's gonna
don't
pull
know.
up the air fryer. He's gonna pull up the air fryer.
He's pulling up the air fryer.
I have a
for
strong-
sure. He's
he
got
left-
dinner cooking in it right now.
It's getting close.
now, boys, this is the air fryer reveal.
Yes, that's awesome.
Yo, the dual bay air fryer.
That's crazy.
It's a crazy air fryer reveal.
Oh, that's wild.
For our audio listeners, Joey is now balling in money. 'cause
He's got a
pulled up with the
T-fold dual
bay.
bear. Aiden's ready. He's balling. So
Can we pull up that image?
can I pull up the? I'll pull up the, give me the model number. Give the editor the model number. So I think it's getting close to time to leave. I just want to let
Yeah,
all of
we should
our
start wrapping
two
here.
listeners know, Arissa and Kiara. Bleep both those
Not-
names out. Our
not my
two lovely
girlfriend, she ain't
girlfriends,
making it.
not Aiden's girlfriend.
She's still lovely. She's still lovely.
We
She's
have,
just not listening
yeah,
to this.
we have more. She probably will. I have a strong feeling. We have more stories to come. I think next week we're getting our second favorite white boy. And I want to talk about the Blackenstein chicken wing. I want to save that
That's
for next
true.
time. That is
Oh,
a
that's a good
wild
story.
moment. I think that was a good day. But yeah, I think it's getting close to
The monstrous trip up to Burlington.
the
Again,
curse of
it
Pickle
involves
Lake.
gambling, spicy wings. It's a great time.
Why have we been
And then we
doing
can
so
also-
much gambling
Huh?
and just bad ideas all around? It's kind of
It's probably because of me.
I think it's
I-
that guy
I-
up there at the very top.
I
Might
would
be
agree.
him.
I think, but it's been a lot of fun. Like I can't lie. Like February,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been a lot
January
of
and
fun. Right?
February, we should gamble more.
Next podcast, it's in the casino.
See how long it takes to get kicked out of the casino. I don't think you're allowed
Don't
to
get kicked out
record
of
in
the casino.
there.
No,
believe
you're
him.
not. No, you
you
cannot
not?
record in the casino.
No,
Well, gentlemen, do we have any last stories to wrap yourselves out?
I'm hard as a
I'm
rock
thinking
right
pretty
now.
good ending there. I think we had a good talk. I'm pretty happy with how this
Are-
turned out, honestly. Except
and
for
I-
Emmett
actually-
going, yeah.
That was my question. Gentlemen, do we regret what we've just created?
Yes.
Yes.
I think you know what. I'll tell you this. We're all gonna take turns editing, and realistically, that's kind of my hope. I don't want to edit everything, but like
Yeah, G Money can't do everything.
G Money can't do everything. So I think right now I don't regret it, but I've got a really good feeling that when I go back and watch this, it is going to be a tough hour to sit through. It is going to be.
I don't think it's gonna be fun
really
to listen to at all.
hard.
I think
Yeah,
it's gonna be
It's
fun
gonna be
for us
goated.
talking to it.
I think it's gonna be. Yeah, I think
But,
it's gonna be really bad.
Like and
That
subscribe.
was
Like
the
and
vision.
subscribe. Like and
Like and
subscribe.
subscribe. Share this to your mom. Share this to your dad. Like and subscribe. Get Markiplier
We
on this
never,
podcast. Get Ninja on this
We
podcast.
never did say the name of the podcast. Something objectively stupid.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's something objectively stupid. Good job. Podcast
Woo!
saved. Yeah, podcast saved.
Podcast saved.
Oh, there
Oh,
goes my
there you go.
camera.
Every time you clap. Every time you clap.